The reason I give that prescription because I've had patients who, guitar players, right? So people who love playing the guitar and they don't play the guitar all week. And they'll say to me, I don't see patients currently, but they've said to me, no, doc. I said, what do you like to do for fun? Oh, I like playing guitar, but I don't play it. When do you play? Oh, I don't know, once a month, once every 3 months. And I'm like, do you have a guitar at home? I have a guitar at home. Too much happening, work and family life, etc. So then I said, well, why don't you just play a guitar a little bit every day, because it's that all or nothing fallacy. It's like, if I don't have an hour to play guitar, I'm not going to do it. But the joy that it can bring you, that meaning and purpose, it's tremendous. So I think, that's what I use, live a lifetime in a day. And the reason is because there are two distinct, when you look at how your brain and body react to happiness, there's two distinct types of happiness. And so there's hedonic happiness and eudaimonic happiness. And the other type is eudaimonic happiness, meaning purpose, connection, community, growth-oriented activities. And so when you live a lifetime in a day, you go towards that eudaimonia, which can then help you and overcome that hedonic, because in your brain, there's something called the hedonic treadmill. And the treadmill is a thing in your brain where no matter what you do, this is like the Instagram lifestyle, right? No matter what happens, you need more of it. You need more of it. Same thing with brain rot. And that is because that you can never get enough. And it's the hedonic treadmill, but you do not have a treadmill for eudaimonic happiness.
That is really beautiful. I've never heard an approach like that, but it sort of takes you, it gives you a bigger view of your day, live a lifetime in a day. If I was going to offer some specific advice, first I'll offer advice to parents. Here's the rule. So I did a really good job keeping my kids off social media, but I didn't pay enough attention to computers and everything else because it was during COVID. The rule I wish I had followed, I recommend to all parents, especially with younger children, is have the clear rule: no devices in the bedroom, no screens in the bedroom ever. That's just our family rule. We have a TV in the living room, we have a computer, you can sometimes use those, but we never take screens into the bedroom, at least for kids. Maybe later on you'll have to relent. In middle school, they'll have so much homework they can take the laptop in. And maybe if you live in a small apartment, of course, it's difficult. But if you can afford to do that, to have that rule, that's the main rule I wish I had done in my family. And that will make everything a lot easier. Also, same thing at the dinner table. No device. We don't have screens at the dinner table. So that's a specific thing for parents to do. For everyone else, for just all adults, the advice is you have to reclaim your attention because your attention has been largely taken from you. At least a lot of it has. You have to reclaim it. And here are the 3 things that I do with my students. And you can do it very quickly, and I can just explain it. The first is you have to get your morning and evening routine right. The great majority, as soon as they open their eyes, they're on their phone, and it's the last thing, and it's everything in between. So you have to have a good morning routine. What are the first 7 things you want to do after you open your eyes? And at a certain point, you can check your phone, but it shouldn't be in the first few. Do things to set up your own day. Otherwise, your day will be taken by your phone. It'll be controlled by your phone. So you've got to reclaim your morning and your evening. That's step 1. Step 2, you have to shut off almost all notifications. Go into your notifications, look into your settings, what's giving you all the notifications. Most of my students get an alert every time they get an email. They don't understand that they have that, because they don't want to miss anything. So shut off alerts for almost everything. Obviously, Uber and Lyft you want to keep on. You want to know when the car is coming. But news outlets, everything else, get a daily email. Don't get alerts when... And then the third, as I said before, is get rid of all the slot machine apps. Whatever apps you habitually use, whatever apps you feel compulsion towards, you have to get it off your phone. And in that way, your phone is no longer a dopamine trigger that's going to always call out to you like an addictive product. Do those 3 things, you'll reclaim a lot of your attention.
I would add stop, breathe, be. You can try.
Stop, breathe, be.
It's a 3-second brain reset. So before you check your devices, before you engage, stop, breathe, and be. Ground yourself in the present moment. What it does is it decreases that what if future focused thinking. Anxiety is a future focused emotion, and it gets you back into the here and the now. And so maybe the compulsion, you're bored, you're checking. What about doing something else? We often use that checking as a substitute for many things. And so it gives you that opportunity. And then the rule of 2 is something that we haven't talked about, which I would love to propose to us today, is that your brain can really only handle 2 new changes at a time. And so give yourself 2 things of all of the things that we've talked about. If you want to try in your life, 2 at a time, give yourself 8 weeks, and then add 2 more and 2 more. This is why New Year's resolutions fail, because we try to do everything all at once. And so just stepwise, 2 at a time.
Jonathan, you've just written this book, which is now out, called The Amazing Generation. And it's beautiful. Beautiful illustrations. I'm assuming this one is for slightly younger audiences.
It's for ages 8 to 13, yes.
And who should buy this and who should they buy it for?
It turns out that kids 8 through 80 actually love it. Even adults, they're buying it for their kids. But because it kind of lays out the basic ideas of the anxious generation and explains dopamine, explains the business model, but it does it in a really fun way. And it's working beyond our wildest dreams. If you look at the Amazon reviews, it's full of parents who said, I left it on the kitchen table. My kids came home, they grabbed it, they fought over it. They read it, they each read it in the first couple of days. And then they said, Mom, when I go to middle school, I don't want a smartphone. Just give me a flip phone, give me a basic phone. Because the book is about how to be a rebel. It's about how to reject this control that the company's trying to put on you and how to live a life that you choose, full of real freedom, friendship, and fun.
And also The 5 Resets, which is a book we talked about before on the show. Rewire your brain and body for less stress and more resilience. Another smash hit bestseller that everybody's been talking about. Who's it for?
It is for anyone who is struggling with stress, overwhelm, and burnout. It's to help you feel a sense of calm and clarity in this anxious, uncertain world. Everything is free, so that's something that's really important to me as a doctor. Every suggestion I ever offer will always be cost-free because I think about patients with varying resources. It's all science-backed and it's totally practical. You don't have to go to Bali and have a sabbatical. You can rewire your brain today, right now, in the midst of all of this chaos.
Thank you to both of you. I've learned so much, and I really, really mean that. Like I feel sufficiently pushed to make change in my life. And I need to go think about this because I am most certainly struggling with my addiction to my phone. And I can feel it hurting my relationships, especially now as a fiance. My girlfriend talks to me, my fiance talks to me about it all the time. And I want to be present. I want to be present for my kids when I have my kids. And I'm slightly concerned right now that I won't be unless I take some kind of drastic action in the direction of getting my attention back and reclaiming it. Thank you so much for the work that both of you do. I can't say it enough because it's so important, and you've reached so many millions of people, and you're both changing the world in a way that my words would not be able to capture.